I want to be a 3-2-1 man. And let me explain that. When I was a little boy growing up in Indiana, I would go to the park and sometimes have to shovel the snow off of the basketball court to play. And when it was just me, I remember taking the ball and constantly counting down 3, 2, 1 and shooting the ball. And so many times I'd have to end up pretending I was fouled and shoot free throws. And then pretend there was a lane violation. I get to shoot again because I wasn't great at playing. But the thrill of being the man in the moment, 3, 2, 1, to have the ball in my hands, it's not just about basketball. As a little boy, that was the only context that I felt like I could experience that. And I would make it up in my heart and mind. The truth is, I think it speaks of a much deeper and more powerful reality that I think within the heart of a man is the desire to be the man with it when something's on the line, that we're the man in the moment, that people are looking at us, that the ball is in our hands and it's time for us to act and show up, and that we're able to protect, or that we're able to provide, that we're able to make the big play. And I think that's in the heart of a man. But it's hard to figure out how to live that out. Frankly, I think it's easier as a man to shrink back. Instead of believing forward and acting forward, I think it's far easier to shrink back and just choose to care less, believe less, step less. Just hang back. Just let life be what it is. Let the world be what it is. Of course, we're never satisfied with that. We can't be satisfied with that. I think this is for a man to be satisfied with shrinking back. I think he almost has to choose alcohol or some kind of drug or some kind of behavior to numb himself, because I don't know how a man can be satisfied when he's shrinking back. For me personally, in the last couple of years, I have felt so much struggle in moving forward. For me, it's easier to shrink back with food. And instead of stepping forward to take a step of faith, to take action for good, it's easier to just eat, to numb that, than to have the courage to step up and take movement in life, to move toward the life we're made for. I think maybe the biggest missing component for us men living the lives we're made for is the component of people. Life is a team sport, and you can have the ability to be a running back, but without a team, there's nowhere to go. If you're a running back by yourself against a team of 11 people on defense, you just get lit up every play. If you're a receiver, but you don't have a quarterback and a team, you're just running around in an open field. It doesn't matter how open you are, the ball's never coming because you're not connected to a quarterback. And I feel like it's really easy in our society for all of us to be highly disconnected. And because of that great disconnection, I believe we become disconnected from our purpose. Over the last year or so, we've had something called the League, where we have regular meetings with men. And I've come to this place in my life and business where I'm thinking about, where do I need to best put my time and energy? And part of me thought, maybe the League is not a great place to put my energy right now. I need to focus on different things. I received a text message tonight from a man, a great man, and I had told him about the opportunities we could have in a group, and what I want to see in this group. And he messaged me and said, for years I looked for a group like that. But then life fell apart, completely fell apart. He lost his marriage and family. And he said, now I've got several groups to be a part of. And I'm glad he does, but I want you to think about something. Oftentimes, groups for men are oftentimes they're developed to be support groups for men after life has fallen apart. And although I'm very glad those exist, I'm glad that a man can go to Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm glad there's groups where men can go for divorce care. And I'm glad there's these opportunities. But where do men go to build our lives intentionally? Life will always involve struggle, but when do we get to talk about the plans and dreams of our heart? Where do we get to go to get support for the calling that we have on our heart? And so what I see so clearly in my eyes is that men want to be men of calling. And of course, we oftentimes feel like we're just men who are falling. And we focus on our problems. And then we think we need to go find a group to help us with our problems. And I just want to compel men that what we need is to be around people where we can admit our problems. That's very healthy. But to admit our problems within the context of a relationship and a group where we are focused on our calling. If in one hand I struggle with some kind of substance, I need to be able to admit that to you. But when I admit that to you, I need to be around men who remind me of the sword that's in my other hand, my sword of purpose. Oftentimes, the only help men get is help away from their problems, not help toward their purpose. So I want to take a step forward. And it's kind of a step of faith because whether or not this even works or is fruitful is based upon many people, not just me. I am not really a leader of men. I'm more of a butler to men. I want to set up more opportunities for intentional, serious men. Men who want to make a difference with their life. Men who want to live intentionally. I want to create more opportunities for men like that to connect and support each other. And here's what it's going to look like. There are several men, probably a list of about 20 that I'm looking at, men who are in the Tulsa area. That the opportunities that I want to throw out to you are Monday morning breakfast at Denny's twice a month and a lunch at Reese's in Tulsa twice a month. But also what I want to give as an opportunity is a weekly meeting on Zoom. The goal is not to make any of these meetings an obligation. Everyone has responsibilities and jobs and families. But I want all of these opportunities to be available to a man so that when a man is going through something in his life, he knows that he has a place to go. Now, along with that, I know of several other groups that I want to just put in front of men so that they know. Here's a great group on Tuesday nights. It's called EIG. Here's a great group on Sunday mornings in Owasso. It takes place at 6 a.m. For men who want more of a church service kind of gathering. Here's this group called Anchor. I want to keep men funneled towards great opportunities to build their lives. Now, there's several men, a list of about 8 men that I've reached out to have an online community as well. The online community and the local community, the online meetings would be the same. So both groups could mingle at that point. But the goal would be to have a weekly online meeting that men can attend, and every other week have a lunch or a breakfast in the Tulsa area. But another component is to be active in a WhatsApp community. This is a place where you can even daily be able to just reach out. It's a place where if you have some kind of goal you're trying to reach and you want accountability, you can say, hey guys, this is my goal for this week. I'm putting it here so you'll hold me accountable. I want men to have a place where they feel like they're a part of a team. What are the requirements of this? The requirement of this, first of all, is that you want to be a teammate. Because we can't afford to have people a part of a group like this that just want to use it for some reason, maybe just for networking. We want to network for the highest purposes of our lives. And certainly it's great to meet people, and if it helps with businesses, then that's great. But first of all, this group is for men who want to be a teammate to other men. And then secondly, it's for men who want to have teammates. For men that realize that life is a team sport and that we can't be a great receiver without a quarterback. And if we're a lineman but we have no team, we look really strange in a big field doing this. This is what I want to offer to a number of men in my life, and not just in the Tulsa area, but anywhere in the country, really, anywhere in the world. If you're a serious man that wants to connect with other serious men and get support for your important life, I want you to reach out to me and let me know you want to be in. Oftentimes, groups like this are formed and you have to pay to be involved. And that's fine if people operate that way. But that's not what's on my heart to do. My wife and I have a nonprofit that enables us to do things where we can offer resources to people without a cost. And that's the kind of thing that I want to do with this group. I don't want this to be a thing where you have to be convinced of some kind of value and that if you pay, you can come play. This is for men who take their lives seriously and are willing to take the lives of other people seriously and connect in real ways in order to make the world a better place. If that's you, simply message me and know that you want in. We'll do the back end work to get you the details, and we'll get started.